Unmute your mics, you cowards. Hello, everybody.
Flying start.
Seamless.
So way to go, but up.
No notes. Nothing
You saw
happened.
nothing. You saw nothing. Oh, Kate, I understand if you don't want to come back, darling. I get it.
I didn't say anything.
Okay. I know. I'm just joking. All right. Excellent. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. Welcome to another Call of Cthulhu one-shot here on the Jack Square Peg channel. My name is Jack, and above me, as always, are the Swift Sunrise. So let's meet these fine people, shall we? Nick, who are you, and who are you playing today?
I'm Nick. I'm a friend of Jack's. No one important, just living in New Zealand.
You're a very important person. You're lovely.
I'm playing Nevada Jones, as exactly what you think it is. I am
Mhm.
handsome, but a little rough around the edges, below average
Yep.
height, and I wear a suit when necessary, but I prefer a more casual attire. I love
How
a
do you feel
strong
about snakes?
Had to be snakes.
How do you feel about angry women?
The more the better.
Okay, look, we're on track. We're on track. Kate, who are you? And keep it short as far as the things you do.
I will. It's all good. Hi, hello. I am Kate. I am O'Sullivan Kate. I often can be found wielding a sword in Jack's chat as their mod, and also
It's true.
being a general
Yeah.
TTRPG pest on the internet.
Uh-huh.
Today, that's the synopsis of what I do.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you know what I've done? I've basically
What?
had to make you pick your favorite children. What do you want to play?
I'm a
What do you
TTRPG
wish to
pest.
play?
I'm everywhere, but you can find all of those things by going to that little
refuse.
username that's like down over there, and it'll tell you all of the things that I do, because that's super useful.
It's true.
I'm playing
Nice
Keiko
save.
Kane, who's like a sciencey student of enjoying all of the learnings, and
Indeed.
glasses wearing, big smile, and general want of explanations.
Indeed. Amazing. Well, this is also the time where we acknowledge country. So for where we are, for me, well, Nick is based in New Zealand, which has its own stuff, but his country have done a little bit more in settling the score, so to speak. So we'll put that for the conversation for another day. But we here in Australia are doing this stream on stolen land. I am on the Wurundjeri land, and if I've got my words right, Kate is on Wajak Noongar. I would like to take the moment to acknowledge that the land I would like to take a moment to acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded, and that we are very privileged to tell this story on a land that tells 60,000 years of history. So, Fizz Cannon O/Lurk, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yes, welcome. So this is Call of Cthulhu. And with that, we also need to say that this is a horror game meant for adults. Now, I will say, this particular scenario, I'm not sure that, it's a little softer than, say, other things that I've run where spiders might have come out of various body parts and so on. So, that might be good. But I will say that what I said to Kate before, which is that this is a game that we are literally taking us to the edge of uncomfortableness about. However, my players know, and you guys know, that all the players need to do is let me know if things get too uncomfortable. They have tools at their access, and I highly encourage you talk to your players like I did beforehand to find out what they are uncomfortable with, because we are here to have fun. And generally speaking, having a panic attack is not fun. Okay? So with that said, let's get into today's story. So, as you can hear from the royalty-free jazz that is not going to drive us mad by itself, we are in the 1920s, specifically the year is 1922, and you have been contacted, specifically Nevada, contacted by Thomas Kimball of Michigan, and he has reached out to you and said Hey Nevada, something's come up, and I think I'd like to catch up if that works for you. When are you free? You took those details and you thought to yourself, this might actually be a useful opportunity here because Thomas Kimball is
He's an anthropology professor.
okay. Could you bring the mic a little closer to your mouth, please?
Yep.
One more time.
He's an anthropology professor.
Excellent. Okay, and so you contacted Keiko. I mean, take it away. Tell me what you guys are doing. And yes.
What? You want props?
No, I
Let's
love it.
props.
No, I didn't. I said nothing about props, but I appreciate your passion and fervor, my friend. So Skittles, hello, my friend. First time here. Hello. Yes. Nevada, take it away. You go looking for Keiko. What is Keiko doing when Nevada finds you? Kate?
She's
Kate
got a big book of Kate Co, as it's going to eventually become over the course of this stream, realistically.
Yeah. She had, I swear to God, you did it on purpose, chap. I swear to God. It's
No.
like, what name's not my name? Yeah.
She's sitting at think oldie worldy 1920s library desk with this just massive tome.
You mean modern desk? The modern desk.
Yeah, modern for the time, but to paint a picture compared to what I'm currently sitting in front of. Lovely old wooden 1920s desk. And she's just, as she reads, she's spinning a pen knife in between her fingers, just as she's reading. Not open, but just flicking it around.
Mm-hmm. And would you like to describe what Keiko looks like? And then as the door opens, Nevada, you can describe yourself, yeah?
Yeah, so she's got quite thick, dark hair, glasses, and she's sort of dressed in a blazer, quite buttoned up and hunched over this. You see this slim physique over this giant tome, very much not paying attention to whatever else is going on around her, but head very firmly in the book. The twirling of the penknife is more for focus than for fun. That makes sense.
Gotcha. I absolutely understand. Cool. And Nevada, as you open the door, what do you look like, sir?
So, Nevada looks as someone you'd kind of expect to be a bit more of the stand-in type. He's roguish, rough stubble, short brown hair, wearing his best beat-up old leather jacket, as well as a horrible fedora that should really be thrown out.
Yep.
And some beat up old boots to go with some beat up pants. It's clear that he cares more about the look than the actual quality of what he's wearing.
Understood. And take it away as you open up the door. You know what you're here to do.
Keiko, you still here?
Of course I am. What do you want?
Well, I was hoping to run into you, but I thought you would have gone home by now. A friend of mine has sent me a letter, and well, I hope to go see him. What are you doing this coming weekend?
I was going to be here, reading, learning like normal. Explanations don't find themselves. What does your friend want?
Well, it's not so much what he wants. It's what I want him to do for you. He's still got a great name in the science community, and I'm hoping to be able to help you out. If you're interested.
Sounds like you're proposing we have to go somewhere.
We do. We're going to a little place in Michigan.
Fine. I assume that that you haven't been given a broader explanation of why we need to be there.
Thomas, he's very skim on the details of these sort of things, but when he says he has something to share, it's best told in person.
She like closes this big tome and it does the like thunk dust. And sort of, yeah, it's very like.
Did you really have to do that?
If you can tell me a better way to close a book like this,
The book this
then I'll
old,
do that
gently.
next time.
As you wipe dust off your
Yeah,
glasses.
she's like taking her glasses off, wiping the dust off. Well,
Cool.
I'm just gonna pocket the penknife and stand up to start prep for the journey ahead on the weekend.
Amazing. Okay. Well, tell me what you think you might need, and we can do that. So we'll keep it short, relatively short. But what do you think you would pack?
How many notebooks can one carry in
Nevada?
1920?
Sorry, go ahead, mate. I was
You're right.
interrupting you about that.
It was a worthless joke. Continue.
Now I'm intrigued. But what does Nevada think that he summoned you for? Because that would probably influence the decision, I assume.
Yeah. Knowing my friend Thomas, it's going to get a bit out of hand. He's always had some wild stories, even for my standards. So I'm going to go to my desk and grab the St. Christopher medal that I keep in there for good luck. Some pencils and some notepads. Hope to take plenty of notes. And you never know with Thomas, so I'm also going to grab my 38 handgun.
Okay, then.
I've been on many a drinking
so I'm
adventure.
going to bring a shotgun.
Among Mates D&D, welcome. Tea and Tails Inc., thank you very much, and welcome as well. We appreciate you. My name is Jack Squarepeg. My team above me is the Swift Sunrise. Thanks very much for watching. Cool. Yeah, cool. And Keiko, you said something about a notebook, but it was a worthless joke.
Oh yeah, my sentence was how many notebooks can one pack in 1920? Yeah, it's
whatever your heart tells you, sweetheart.
Yeah, right. Notebooks, an extra thing of ink just in case. Science kit, sort of her standard stuff she carries with her, and also just as she's heading out the door, grabs the hockey stick that's by the door, just so that she's got something, either for fun or for defense, depending on the day.
A hockey stick, okay. Intriguing. You never know, so bring a gun. Look, it's the Indiana Jones. In fact, I actually have. I when I was like trying to get the character art to work, I did actually try. I think I have it. Let me see.
It's Indiana
This is what here. I think it was. Was it a banner? Anyway. Tell you what, yeah, it's probably an overlay which I since deleted because I'm too clean. You can't hear a J's. That is fine. Can you hear stuff now or no? Can you you can't hear anything at all?
No jazz.
You guys can't hear anything? Interesting.
No, let me check. Nothing coming through stream either at present.
Nothing coming through stream either. Okay, that's interesting.
Sorry, friends. You're supposed to have a very jaunty jazz number to accompany these. Like,
oh no, it was just driving. Yeah, I did turn off the jazz. It was just library stuff. But
sorry, Keiko, I'm having hard trouble trying to get this radio working.
Yeah, no, it should be working. Maybe if I turn this. I mean, it's not that important right now. We'll deal with it in a minute. But I'm definitely sharing it. I get the feeling it's just not very loud. So nothing's coming through presently. So you guys decide to travel, and I guess we will try once more with the infuriating jazz. And the countryside the city gives way to countryside, and eventually you find yourself heading towards Arnoldsburg. Let me turn this back on. Can you hear it now? Anything?
Radio
No,
silence,
that's intriguing.
sir.
Interesting. How intriguing.
We love a technical hitch on a stream. It's so...
Yeah, we do. We sure do. Especially when it was working just fine and then it stopped. Okay, that's all right.
Yeah.
By the way, we're using Sirenscape, which are good until they're not.
Just play your own jaunty jazz in the background.
How's that?
Chat and
can you hear it now?
Yep.
There we go.
Yep. Rad. So as he reaches you, as he greets you in the front of this house, Nevada, you knew him living in Michigan, right? But technically he lived more towards the Chicago area. This is kind of small town for him. So you're kind of wondering why you were summoned to a little podunk place like Arnoldsburg. And you can sort of see why when you see there's a truck that seems to have been that has movers that are kind of leaning against the truck as you kind of make your way over. They don't seem to be in any particular hurry, and they kind of stare at you as you stop and park onto the gravel of this very nice looking house. It's a kind of stone cottage, kind of reminiscent of like an English village kind of vibe, which is interesting in the middle of small town America. But yeah, you park, you see these movers and this mover's truck, and you get the feeling that Thomas is probably moving into this place, or is in the process of.
Well, it's not like Thomas to go to his hometown like this, but Keiko, there's one problem thing. Don't embarrass me.
She's just going to smile to herself, her brain very much going, you will plenty do that for yourself, so, but not orating that out loud.
Right. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so with that, do you guys get out? Do you approach the door? Tell me what you're doing. So you're just do you just wait in the car? Tell me what you're up to.
Yep. With that last comment, Nevada's going to get out of the car and start making his way towards the front door.
Okay, easy enough. The movers kind of are just doing this, and they kind of nod at you as one of them's lighting a match off the bottom of his shoe. And Keiko, as presumably you leave, they're definitely a little leery as they start kind of smoking cigarettes. But they otherwise don't seem to do much of anything. It's kind of weird, but they're clearly like here for a reason, but they're not doing much of anything. So that's intriguing. But you go up to the front door, Nick, Nevada, and actually I've just realized that we've got a K name for Kate and an N name for Nick. God almighty.
Yep.
Okay.
Nailed it. Go team.
Thank you very much, guys. Yes, so you guys make your way to the front door. It's a very nice door with a brass knocker, tasteful across the board. Really nice little looking cottage with 2 floors. You knock on the door, presumably?
Yep, just knock on the door and just start watching my watch and just counting a second.
Yeah, it doesn't take long. He's pretty much like there within a couple of seconds, which presumably you were kind of waiting for. The years have not been kind to Thomas since you last saw him. He's basically lost most of his hair. He's rocking the poached egg look, you know. But you know, otherwise he seems perfectly sprightly. He sees you and he is very excited. Like he's got he's dressed in sort of like a business casual kind of thing. Like it's like a blazer with like a nice shirt, but it's like clearly like meant to be like a little like deliberately informal. He doesn't really say anything. He just goes over and just puts you into a big hug, Nirvana, and says, "It has been some time, my friend. What have you been up to?" And this must be Keiko. Yes?
Yes.
Good morning.
Morning. She's kind of keeping one eye over her shoulder to keep an eye on the movers behind her, who,
They're
as
not
you've
doing
said,
much
have
about it.
been vaguely leery.
Yeah.
Less
Yeah.
of a
Yeah. He would let me roll and see if he kind of notices actually. Oops. Oh good God. Yeah, he does. So he looks over and he goes, "Oh, yeah, yeah, I'm sorry about them. Yeah, why don't we go inside? And Nevada, you can fill me in on what you've been up to." And long story short, he brings you in. Again, it's not entirely out of Thomas's taste, this place, but it's got an old-fashioned, almost kind of cozy aesthetic. Whereas, as you can tell from the way he's dressed, he seems to be a bit more in touch with the times and things like that. He's got like the latest car and all of that stuff. Whereas this place seems charmingly antiquated, and more importantly, not bereft of anything. Like there's clearly stuff already in here, and yet there's a moving truck outside. Right? Cozy Cthulhu. Yeah, exactly.
Right way to put
it.
yeah.
So
For now.
and he sits you down. You guys catch up, and you can. He's clearly trying to enjoy just catching up with his friends. So if you want to break the ice before he does, you can, or tell me how you do so if you do so. Like, why are we here? Up to you.
Now, Thomas, I understand getting older and want to slow down, but this is something else, even for you, my friend.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been working on what the last time I think we saw each other, I was still having tenure, but they approached me for a couple of books based on what we went through. So then Uncle Doug died, and he left this place, and it just seemed like time.
Your Uncle Doug.
Yeah, Uncle Douglas. And you might have heard me talk about him. He was always he was a good man. Really had nice taste and a nice house and all of that. I suppose I should get into the nitty gritty of why you're here. I have been getting robbed. The house specifically, which is why the movers are outside, because I quite frankly I don't really know what to do with my stuff. Someone, I don't know, someone's having a grudge, and or something, or maybe they. But I haven't been here, obviously. Like I was getting here, and I kind of got the report from the, from once I entered, and I've been here for a little while, and I'm going to put a pin in that because I don't actually know if he's witnessed the break-in, so I'll come back to that point. But he basically says, yeah, anyway, someone's stolen my stuff, Doug's stuff, but my stuff now. And Tony, take care of yourself, buddy. No worries. Thanks for the lurk, mate. And ideally I want it back, but honestly, it's happening a lot. It's happened. Give me a second here. I would say because I can't see it off the top of my head here, I would say that it's happened twice. And give me a second here. Let me just actually make sure I'm not speaking out of my ass here. Right. Yeah, I'll stick with that. That kind of makes sense. Like one break-in is weird. 2 break-ins, he's gonna summon someone. Or like I'll put it this way: he's heard of a break-in, and then he's pretty sure he saw someone lurking around the outside. That's what I'll say. So, as he spent the night last night, which is why he kind of brought you over. He's also willing to pay you $10 for this, which is not a huge amount of money. It's about 150 bucks, but you know, we'll pay for gas.
I've done more for less.
Mates rates. Yeah.
Honestly, it's pretty shitty. Like, you drive all the way up here. It's just like, yeah, $10, you'll do. But anyway, that's what he offers. And anyway, Nevada, I mean, mostly I was just hoping we could catch up, but I mean, it's been an issue, and I don't know. What you said you were bringing Miss Kane, but given that this is kind of potentially a dangerous situation, I understand if you want to be a part of it or not, Miss Kane. I don't know if you knew the situation or what you were getting yourself into.
I don't think either of us knew the situation. There was very little information given,
Yes.
but-
Well, to be honest, that's mostly just because I knew that Nevada would be here anyway. I didn't. He mentioned
Oh,
that
I
he
knew.
might be. Right. Okay. Well, that's the situation. Do you have any questions for me? I honestly, the thing about, I was tempted to call the police, but this is a very, you know, small community, and they're not going to take me very seriously anyway. And to be honest, I was just kind of excited to catch up more than anything. Plus, I figured you could use the money, given that you're still working your professor job.
Well, yet to find something big, but you got alimony to pay and all. Tell you what.
I was gonna say, what's gone missing? You said things have been taken. Anything particular?
Books, mostly.
disappearing?
Now, who want your monkey to man books?
My what?
Your monkey to man books.
Well, they're not mine. Also, rude.
Do you know what kind of books they were? Or are they just books?
I haven't really had a chance to look into it. I'll happily help you categorize if you like. But yeah, he kept a pretty good stock of his library. So
At the word library, she perks up very slightly.
you're welcome to read whatever you like. He had a eclectic collection. He was a big reader. But yeah, it was kind of strange, and I figured, you know, like I said, it's not something I think the police would take very seriously. They broke in and took only books, you know. Probably a waste of time.
Keiko's gonna stand up and then like almost excuse herself to go look at the library because you've said library.
Sure. Easy enough. Yep. Yeah. So if you're looking at the library, give me a second here. Okay.
Assuming that the boys want to catch up and
Yeah,
reminisce about
totally.
the
Yep,
old
yep.
times.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. While I'm looking, Nick, do you have any particular questions that you want to ask?
Nothing in particular, but Actually,
Mhm.
no. Thomas, I just want to know 3 things real quick.
Yeah.
First, we go on and on to know what books are missing. That would be very helpful.
Well, I know it's like 6 or something, but I'm pretty sure it was 6 because again, he kept a pretty good cataloging. Like the it was jammed so tight you could see them missing. You know.
Right. Well, if you can help us identify those 6 books, that'll be fantastic.
Sure. Yeah.
2 other things. Where's the good whiskey kept?
Okay. So you're gonna leave it to Keiko to actually investigate while you drink. That's fine. Yep. Okay. So while this happens, Keiko, did you want to make a spot hidden roll for me, please?
Sure.
So
Not a
yep,
library
first
use
roll.
roll?
No, in this case, you're trying to determine
Right.
what's missing, but library use will definitely come up, I'm sure.
I rolled an 8. So
Okay, very good.
that is less than 9, which is my 5th. So
Extreme
Yeah,
success.
so extreme
Rolled an
success.
8.
Congratulations. Okay, so in this case, just to get in the habit of it, what we do is we click the tick next to it, so a little box next to it, because that's how we level up in this game. So you actually find something that I'm going to share now, and hopefully you can read it this way, but if not, you can open it up on Discord. Can you see that?
I can, but I will probably also open it up on Discord just so that I can.
Yeah,
read
that's
it.
fine.
'Cause-
Read it out loud. This is what you find after scooching around.
Oh God, why do I have so much going on in my Discord?
Why, indeed.
Dear friends, in the years after the nightmarish events of that night in my youth, I have seen many strange things. Only now do I begin to grasp the truth of reality and the scope of what's happening in the world. I've tried, in my small way, to combat the horrors and make amends for my part in bringing one to our plane of existence. What I have left to offer, what riches and wealth I have, I will put to good use in dealing with these abominations. It is the very least this old coward can do. I could never make myself go back to that little farmhouse and put those events to rights. I too gravely feared that which my friends and I loosed upon this countryside. Nothing of consequence has yet taken place, but with my death I fear the bonds will be broken, and that horror freed to come and go as it pleases. Lives not yet taken already weigh heavy on my conscience. The method of delivering the thing out of this world is still in that accursed house. The translations made by Marion from the book. Yea, umlauts. De vermis mistress. I was never strong enough to take on the task, but I hope that you are. In ridding the world of this, perhaps you will save my soul from hell, for I fear that my deeds have not been enough to release me from this heavy burden. I do not expect your forgiveness for what I ask of you. Rupert Merriweather.
Okay. So, yeah, you read that. 6 books are indeed missing. After that would have taken you a couple of hours, at which point I think Nevada, like you finally kind of like had your fill of drink, and you stumble up to see how Keiko's doing.
Keiko, what have you found?
She's just going to thrust the letter in your general direction because you've clearly had a few and she's not willing to engage in the inevitable rereading it 3,000 times for herself.
Goddamn.
Oh, this is not good. What?
Now, can I tell it all, Jack? What books have been? You said that this library is fairly well organized.
Yeah.
Can I tell it all? would
know what's
logically
weird?
be
I'm not going to
really
name them
desperate.
logic. I'm not going to name them logically, but there is no pattern at all. One is a book about anthropology, we'll say, because you've decided that Thomas is an anthropologist, and maybe that there was a shared passion there. One is a collection of Celtic fairy tales. Another, they're all random. Like there's no discernible pattern between them. Nothing. Like they're from all over the shop.
Right. Well, whoever they are, they have
Among Mates
eclectic
D&D,
taste.
thank you very much for the follow, by the way. Didn't catch it before.
Whoever they are, they have eclectic taste.
Oh yeah. Let's assume that Thomas is there as well. He liked what he liked. He had no discrimination, but he was a big reader. He always had his nose in a book.
I meant whoever took the books, not your uncle. But yes,
sure. My bad.
Yeah, eclectic taste. No, eclectic taste. Also, and no real. I mean, a lover of the Dewey Decimal System has a spot in my heart, but this is a lot.
Well, you're welcome to. I think you probably would have arrived mid-afternoon. So unless there's anything you particularly want to do in the evening, he kind of says to you, like, I mean, if you feel like it, you can talk to the cops. There's a police station not too far away. Basically, I just kind of, it's part company and part just if there is a prowler, I kind of want to scare them off. And I guess tomorrow you can tackle it however you want. And Jack is happy to give hints in terms of where you might think to look. But basically, there's a prowler. They've broken in. They've stolen books. So what would you do if you're trying to find out who that is? Like, who would you talk to? Where would you go? You know? Cool. So is there anything you want to particularly do in the evening, or shall we cut to the next day?
Actually,
I'm good, but
Nevada's gonna go outside. Still a little.
Okay.
Just go talk to the movers.
Okay. Yeah. That's totally doable. As you move out, you can see the general sort of neighborhood. I think Thomas probably would have given you a little tour. There is like a sort of like bigger village sort of down towards like the north. What looks like a little graveyard to the south, and the movers pretty much directly in front of you as you do a tour around the house. And the movers are there. I get the feeling they're a little annoyed because they've been paid clearly, but you know.
Gentlemen.
Yep.
As my understanding, you're helping Mr. Kimball here move into this house?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been working at it?
Working wouldn't be the word we'd use, sir, but we're getting paid for our time, so it's fine. Though we're probably going to have to find a place to stay if because it's like 8:30 at night, and they're like, you might want to. We'll probably have to ask if we can, stay the night somewhere if your boss refuses to move his stuff in.
Well, we can discuss that with him in due time, but how many nights have you been here?
Just the one.
Just the one night?
Yeah. And now another, I suppose.
Whereabouts did you stay last night?
That's a good point. Yeah. Disregard what I just said because that wouldn't make any sense. So a local hotel.
in the van.
Yeah, no.
On his stuff.
Yeah.
In his bed, wearing his pajamas. Right. Okay. So, I advise you just go back to the hotel you're from and ask for a reoccurring visitors discount. I don't think Mr. Kimball is in the right state to
Fair enough. We're getting
have
paid either
more
way,
guest
Seth.
visits. Absolutely. Now, if you invoice on the invoice, can you just make sure to put out that Kimball is a twat?
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Okay. You didn't have any specific questions, or you just there to chit chat? Cool. Done. Yes.
Can I have a look around the library for like? I feel like if he's written like if he'd have notes, right? If he's that kind of person, like does he have like a journal?
You found
like
his
other,
journal. That was his
yeah,
journal.
like
yeah.
other. Is there anything else like of like places that are mentioned? Because there wasn't really anything in that.
You scour it. You do see that there is a couple of books that he has loaned from the local library. And he also has a collection of certain articles, no particular pattern, but like, like particular, like a lot of them are like celebrating Arnoldsburg history or something like that. He's got a little photo album from the local newspaper, the Arnoldburg Advertiser. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I have nothing more. I need to think she wouldn't do anything at night at this point.
Gotcha.
She's just arrived in a new town and is tired.
Rightio. Now, are you, as we get to nighttime and sleep, you just resting, or what are you doing?
Nevada will take about he'll wake up in the middle of the night and go for a walk through the house.
Okay. Just to what end?
Listening out for anything breaking, looking to see if anything has been broken again.
His
friends had reoccurring.
So you're keeping watch, is what you're saying.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. So give me a spot hidden or a listen check, whatever you're better at. Keiko, if you want to do the same, you can, or you can go to bed. You're cool. Mind you, there's plenty of interesting books to.
Yeah, I feel like it's like she's up, she's like looking through books. She's not like.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fine. Give me a roll, Nevada.
Got
spot
a
hidden or listen,
extreme success on spot hidden.
Hey.
Okay. You are left by yourself. What does Nevada do while he's waiting
It's just
in this house?
He's got his notebook of his memoirs, and he's just there reading through them, and every now and then he'll cross a line out and just embellish his notes a little bit.
Okay. You hear a very distinctive of a window being opened.
He puts his notebook back away into his satchel and pulls out the 38 from it and quietly walks towards where he heard the noise.
Give me a stealth check, please.
That's a success.
A regular?
Regular.
Okay. You can hear it is coming from the library sound. You hear the sound coming from the library, rather. You draw your 38. You get to the doorway. You can hear movement, creaking of sound, and books being very gently removed from their sleeve. You are presumably kind of creeping up at this point and on the corner. So you haven't necessarily done anything yet. So tell me what you'd like to do.
As I just get to the door, I just want to slowly push it open with the handle of the revolver and just slowly just sweep it across the room.
You see a figure. I do not think there would be any light. So all you see is clearly a man whose back is to you currently. The window is open and there's a slight breeze coming through. This person is sort of, if you imagine that I don't have a face and my back is to you, his posture's like this as he's reaching for a book.
I was going to point the revolver and can I try the light next to me?
He turns. There would be. And you see this. And I need you to make a sanity check, please, as you see this balding man with a pig face stare right at you in the light. Your eyes are beginning to adjust, and then
you are an ugly one. That's a regular success for my sanity check.
Okay, so you lose no sanity. However, you do react, and I need you to make a dexterity check to see if you keep a handle on the gun.
Hard success.
Hard success. You keep your handle on the gun. Whatever this thing is, bolts. However, he's going to try and keep his books, the books he took. And it is clearly a he. It's got the hair that you can see. And he runs, because it's on the first floor, and begins to move. What are you doing?
Just gonna bolt after him and try and grab him before he can get out the. Well, just bolt after him towards the window and try and grab him before he can jump out.
Yep. That's fine. Easy. Can I get your dexterity, please? And I'll also get Keiko's. But I'll get Keiko on her turn to make a listen check when we get there. Just give me a second, please. Okay. Cool. What is your dexterity, please?
70.
70. Okay, so you'll be going first. Okay, and we've got. What is your dexterity, please, Kate? Okay.
Sorry. 54.
54. And I have a question as well. Can you guys hear the sound still? Because it's a little quiet, but you should be hearing something.
No.
Can you? Nothing at all?
Nothing at all.
Interesting.
I'm wondering if it's like when you swap from clicked on it to clicked on something else.
Yeah, that must be it. That's very annoying. That's very annoying. That's okay. All right. We will deal with that. We will just not bother, and we will deal with that another time. So bear with us, internet. Apologies. So the Sirenscape link is in Discord, so you guys can just hop on that just for the sake of ease. Okay. Cool. Right. In the meantime, why don't we? Actually, that's what I'm using, but we will use this because I do have something. No. There you go. All right. So we'll use that for now. Nevada, and then stand by. Nevada. And what was your dex? Sorry, Keiko?
54, which is.
Okay.
Hang on. I love navigating sheets that you don't know very well. This is good.
No, just tell me your dex. Tell me your dex. DEX.
I rolled 4.
No, just tell me what it is.
50.
50. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yep. So no roll required. It's just dex. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. In this case,
18.
and we've got.
Can do.
Okay. Cool. So Nevada, you are going first. Apologies about the volume, guys. Let me turn that down a little bit. And Nevada, you are going first. What would you like to do?
Just gonna run up and try and grab him before he can rush out.
Sure. Give me a fighting brawl, please.
That's a 24 for a hard success.
24 for a hard success. Okay. Yay for Den Mother Plays. What happened? A hard success did you get? Oh, thank you. That's awesome. Thank you. Yes. Beep, beep, beep. Boop, boop, boop. It got intense. It was a jump scare. You got a hard success. Okay, in that case, let's see. Beep, beep, bop, beep, 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 bop, 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 bop. Okay. Yeah. I got a regular, which is impressive, considering, but you do get your arms around this thing. However, throughout the squilling, you hear this thing say, "Let go of me! Let go! Let go!" And give me a listen check, please, Keiko. With a bonus die. So bonus die means advantage, essentially, but you roll 2 of the 2-unit dice and take the lower number.
Okay. So 12, which is a middle one.
So you hear, "Let go of me! Let go!" And you wake up and you probably time to grab the hockey stick. So so I assume
it's
that's
very
what you do. Yeah.
The heck is this?
In your night clothes, no less, right?
Yes. Very.
Okay. Jack's beep deep dop deep. Is that are you referring to my thinking noises? Oh gosh, yeah. Look, just with wily old men, indeed. Yes, indeed. Thank you for engaging so much in chat, guys. We appreciate it. So yes, you do catch Keiko. You grab your hockey stick and make your way towards the scene, I assume, in your night clothes, unless you slept fully dressed. So now, okay. Now, I'm going to break the rules a little bit here because technically speaking, he can only do one thing or the other. But I'm gonna bend it a little bit, and you hear this person, and based on what you say, Nevada, will determine what I choose to do. So he says, please, you've got to let me go. You got to let me go. I'm running out of time. And Nevada, what do you do? Or say? It doesn't matter to me, but it's got to be quick.
As he's saying that, he just lifts his gun up to the side of his head. Time for what? What have you got to do?
He bites you. And given that you've chosen to grapple him, I'm going to not give you the option to dodge.
Yeah, I mean, I'm holding on to him.
Okay, so 18 for the attack, which is definitely a success, which means that I'm going to, again, bend the rules a little bit here because this is more interesting. You know you've been in a scrap before, Nevada. You know when someone's trying to kill you. He specifically bites your wrist and these tusk-like teeth come out. And I'm going to give Nick the option. Do you want to take the damage? Because it's probably going to hurt. Or do you want to let go?
Gonna let go. In the hopes
okay. Yep, that makes sense to me. And was what I was hoping you would say. So it makes it more interesting anyway. So this creature runs, a couple of books go flying, and he goes and starts running out the window. It's the top of the round again, Keiko. Nevada, you stand up and you see this thing heading for the graveyard that I mentioned before. He's bolting, and he's got a couple of books. What do you want to do?
As I run up to the window and just spot him out, I'm just gonna draw the gun and fire at it.
At the person?
The pig. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
It misses. Fail.
I see. Keiko, you go out and you hear, as you cross the threshold, open the door, you see Nevada aiming out the window, trying to shoot, and you see the flash. Your eyes kind of have a moment to focus. Do you go to the window?
Yeah. Because
okay.
She'd want to know
what I need you to do is, what I need you to do is make a spot hidden check to see if you, it's not likely, but I want to see if you kind of notice anything different about this creature.
That is an 11, so is the middle one.
Hard success.
Look, I'm sorry.
No. All good. I'm
Baby's first Cthulhu game.
No.
Just learning.
You're doing amazing. You're doing amazing, sweetie. Okay, so you do that. A hard success is what I needed. So you see this man thing turn, and he, two things, looks completely alien to you. This pig, dog, goat man. Second, his face is not of rage or of... Actually, I'll put a pin in that. Make a sanity check for me, and that will determine what you think you see, because I have the beholder and all that.
So...
D100 against your sanity, which is at the top.
Yep, so I rolled a 35 and my sanity is 60.
Okay, so you don't lose any sanity as far as I know when you pass. Give me a second and I'll make sure that's true. Yeah, no. So you see him, you definitely go, oh God! But the face, and I'm just going to demonstrate here. The face looks like this. And then he bolts.
Okay. Bolts towards the graveyard.
Yeah, and the chase is over at this point.
Yeah.
He's you've taken the chance to shoot. You see him disappear into the in the direction of the graveyard, and for the moment he is gone. Thomas gets up and goes, "What's going on? What's happening?"
God damn it, Thomas! You've been robbed again.
Okay. All right. Everyone calm down. And he will ask you, I mean, it's probably worth actually role-playing this out. He goes, whoa, did you see them?
Oh, I saw it. It's not of them. It may have the shape of a man, but that ain't no man.
What?
It had a pig-like face and tusk, and it should have just scratched some arrest, and it tried to bite me. Damn it! What man leaves marks like that?
I don't see nothing. You mean that little mark there?
Yeah, these two little scratches here. That ain't no man's teeth marks.
Keiko.
Mm-hmm.
You said you were good at biology, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, give me a biology roll. This is a little cheeky what I'm doing. Or I assume you don't have medicine, but let's go with biology.
No, but I do have biology. Yeah.
Being a little cheeky with it, but
regular success.
Yeah.
Yes.
That description that I told you about of the pig thing
Yeah.
deliberately not trying to harm Nevada is very apparent to you. Those are big mandibles.
Yeah.
And it barely scratched him, even though Nevada clearly tried to kill him.
Yeah. I don't think it tried to hurt you. I mean, it doesn't look like it did. It had teeth and all, but that ain't... I've seen a hog tear up a person more than that thing tore up you.
What are we talking about here? A what? Are you folk... Nevada, we had a bit to drink, so I understand, but you he's waiting for Keiko to kind of like, okay, the joke's over.
Look, I can't... It's the middle of the night. I can't say what I saw, but you're not bleeding. She's like turned her eyes to Nevada. You're not bleeding. You're fine. You've been in worse scrapes than this. But perhaps tomorrow we need to go do a bit of investigating down some other parts of town. See what we can find. She's essentially trying to pull the, let's not talk about this right now, Nevada, because we're going to freak your friend out.
We both know what we saw. But,
let's not make someone else never want to live in this house that he now owns ever again.
Very well,
Gotcha.
Keiko. That's why I brought you along. And he just readjusts his sleeves and pull it down to his wrist again and say, Thomas, whatever came through, it's gone now, and that'll be back tonight. You can go back to bed, and we'll talk about this in the morning.
Okay, well, just so you know, I appreciate you. Thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Let me take a second, actually. Hello, new people. My name is Jack. My team above me is the Swift Sunrise. This is a Call of Cthulhu adventure called Paper Chase, which you can find in the Call of Cthulhu starter set. It is designed for 1 to 2 players, and it is designed as an introductory adventure. So I took the opportunity because we had some dropouts and all sorts of things. And Kate has never played before, so I'm like, this is perfect. So I hope everyone's having fun. Hello, Peter. What have you missed? The long and the short of it is that they are looking into books being taken, and they have seen the culprit, who looks like this.
Pig man. It's goddamn pig man.
Right. So that's the situation. Oh my golly, this is the game that everyone lives happily ever after, right?
Yes, Britt. Yep, it absolutely is. It's fine. Nothing's gonna go wrong. Nothing could possibly go wrong. We don't have to roll sanity checks. What are you talking about? It's fine.
Yeah.
This is like Humblewood. Everything's happy and smiley, right?
Look.
Just for clarity, Britt knows. It's fine.
I feel like Kate's coming from my character specifically, yeah.
No, I was going for Ellie B's character. That's not the point.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a
okay.
Disney movie.
Okay, so that's the situation. Is there anything you want to say, do or be, before you go to bed again? If you choose to go to bed, I don't know if you will now, but
Keiko would sort of usher Nevada back in the direction of rooms, more to have a conversation away from Thomas rather than anything else.
Okay, you want to do it now? Go ahead. Yep.
I know that I saw what you saw, and I can't explain that. Didn't seem natural. But there's, we'll find some explanation in the light of day. You've had more than enough tonight. She's very much in that eyebrow of you brought me to your friend's house and then got drunk and left me here. I can't leave. like
I can't drive.
literally like
Mentor.
Amazing.
But I think
Yeah, okay.
perhaps tomorrow we should go have a look over at that there cemetery.
All right,
Okay.
we'll go there in the morning, but just promise me, Keiko. Lock your door and window tonight, please.
You get the biggest like eye roll of like
Don't roll your eyes at me. Where's my drink?
she's like holding a hockey
Amazing.
stick right now. Like
I've got a gun.
I know, but like you know, it's just like all right, fine.
God.
Like, ooh,
does
wave a
that
big
mean?
gun around. And then she's just gonna like head back to the room like that she's been in, and probably use the hockey
Right.
stick to like bar the window if she can. So I don't,
Absolutely.
depending on which way the window opens, just like jam it so it can't be opened. from the
Okay.
outside.
Yep, that makes sense. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So you guys do that. That is totally fine. I think we will
Are you going to
take a
bar your
minute.
windows, lock your doors,
to-
lock your windows, Nevada?
Had kids, had your wife.
Live in danger.
Yeah. And with that, we will take a short little break. Now, because this is our first time using StreamYard, we don't have a BRB currently there. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn our cameras off and mute our mics until I get a suitable graphic up. So see you guys in a couple of minutes. See you in a minute. So guys, you can just remove yourselves from stage. Hello. Good morning, everybody. To the people that it is morning for those who are, most of us are Australian. So happy time zone to you is what I'm saying. Welcome back. We are playing Call of Cthulhu, and I make sense all the time. That's right.
Good day and good zone.
Yep. So we are having a lot of fun playing Call of Cthulhu, and for some of us, for the first time ever, Kate, I'm actually really excited to hear your thoughts once we're finished. We have just encountered a pig, goat, dog man who has a very specific hairline, and he stole some books and very deliberately did not chew Nevada's arm off. And regardless, Nevada did try to shoot it dead. So as we think about those things, we cut to the next morning. You almost went your... hang on. I can do better. Ready? It's the tooth. It's the lack of tooth up there, right? Yeah. It's a little bit creepier because of that. Once I get grey, I know for a fact I'll be that guy who goes, "Don't go up there. Don't go up to that fucking house. You don't know what's up there." Right? There you go. Okay, so
I'm just going to clip that for you for later, just so that you've got it.
yes, please do. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Tell me I'm wrong. So anyway, all of that has happened. Good morning. What would you like to do?
Sorry, I was just listening to it again in my head. It was good.
Horror is my jam, guys.
I think Heiko has she's an early riser, as many a bookworm is. So she's sort of organized herself, unbarred the window, and is downstairs, ideally brewing coffee or equivalent, knowing full well that Nevada is going to be potentially very hungover this morning.
Yes, sir.
So this is it's almost like a routine of this has happened before, and she's just you did it again. You promised last time you weren't gonna you did it again. You promised last time you weren't gonna do it, but I'm gonna make the coffee anyway, because then when he comes down he's gonna be happy instead of being a grumpy
wow.
It's this little monologue
There's
to herself.
Definitely I love it. Working on the coffee. Cool. All right. So let's cut to the table, I suppose, where you guys can discuss what comes next, shall we?
Well, so with last night, I feel it's pretty clear we got to go to the cemetery.
Just gonna push a cup of coffee across to you.
Oh,
I think that makes the most sense.
Is this Irish?
I don't think you need to start your day the way you mean to go on with it. Just giving you strong black straight up coffee.
Nevada just slips the flask back into his pocket. Fine, I suppose. God knows I can use a drink after what we saw. But
I'm sure you had one when you went back to your room.
Oh, I had 20.
And I'm sure. And you just see her there's this slight resignation as you say that. It's just well, yep. And she's just going to wait for you to sort of pull yourself together. And she's very clearly ready to go and have a look at this graveyard.
You want to start with the graveyard?
Prepped to go over there, as in if that is what you are willing to do. But obviously you're moving slower than she is this morning.
So it would be remiss of me to remind you that now, mind you, this is during the day, so you might feel a bit more confident to do so, right? But in Call of Cthulhu, it's almost always a better idea to know what you're getting into before you go in there. So mind you, you saw him going there. It's a perfectly logical thing to do. However, does Kate remember, Keiko, but Kate as well, remember specific things I might have sort of hinted at?
Go to the library.
Library?
No.
That's one.
Cops.
That's two.
There's a series.
There was another.
Library.
Yeah.
Cops.
Yeah. Call of Cthulhu as well. You got to pay attention to everything I say.
I did.
Not be important.
No. I'm looking at my notes, which are now like a scrolling mess of scroll, and
that's also good. That's also one point for Call of Cthulhu.
Yes. Sorry. Excuse me. I'm making notes. It's just that I can't read.
No, I know. Kate, darling. You gotta know, I'm never making fun of you when I say these things.
I know.
Once, not again.
That's more for chat, because there's people in chat who I'm like, they are going to make fun of me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Shots fired there. See?
That was last night.
There it is.
Yeah.
Not off the top of my head, and not without.
Chat has given the game away. It's right there.
Hello, chat. Oh yes, the newspaper, the journal.
Newspaper. That's right.
Which is what that says. That's what that word is. That's fun. Okay.
There you go.
Good. She was more trying to work out where it is to like roll up sleeves.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm just reminding Kate, because Kate is a new player, the general vibe that you may wish to follow, or
I think she's more
not
looking to like go in that direction, not necessarily to go fully through the graveyard, but more to check out like where it is. Does it look like a place that's
yeah, I get that.
Is it like not
like I said, it's during the day, perfectly logical thing to do. I was just reminding you of what your options were.
That's what she wants to do, but also she's not from around these parts. So if Nevada, the adventurer of them, would choose to go elsewhere.
Look, well, as much as I'd love to just run off to the cemetery, but he did take something from us last night. We know he took books, but we don't know which ones yet. Perhaps we should see if there's any these latest hoard of his shows any rhyme or reason to the ones he's taken so far.
That's easy enough to check. Yep. You can start there, and I can just tell you if you like. Yeah.
Happy to start there.
Once again, no rhyme or reason. This one seems to be like a collected bunch of newspaper prints, as in like comic strips. Another seems to be Treasure Island. It's all over the fucking joint. It's there is no rhyme or reason. Give me a psychology roll, Keiko, not Nevada, Keiko specifically, given that they're the reader out of the two of them. Not that Nevada doesn't read, but
he can't read.
Yeah, not even no? Like if I wanted to pretend like it. No, that's a 97 against a 30. Not even if I wanted to pretend.
So all I will say then is that something basically you're like, if there's nothing in common and there's no pattern, but this thing keeps coming back for them, why? Yeah. There's got to be a reason, but it's clearly not a shared topic. So what is it?
Oh, yeah. So it's bad because Kate has worked some things out, but Keiko has not. And so I'm currently sitting in this lovely hellscape. It's grand. She's going to make a list of the books that have, or the topics of the books that have been taken.
Sure.
Such that that they might go down to the library to work out if there's anyone in town that the librarians would know would read these kinds of, that this list would
Fun. Love
appeal
that.
to.
Yep,
There we
that's
go.
a very smart idea.
That's how I
Yep,
can
love
get
that.
information that Kate has figured out, but the character has not.
Yeah, good. Yeah. I failed my role. How do I justify this?
I found my role real big.
Yeah. Yep, love it. Love it. Okay, cool. So where are you headed first? And more importantly, do you feel confident enough that if you want to, you could always split up and get more information? Up to you.
Keiko is comfortable to go to the library by herself, probably not the cemetery by
Graveyard by
herself.
herself? That
Because
tracks. Yeah.
Libraries are libraries are libraries. She's at home in
Correct.
them.
Yep. That's correct. Yep, no problem there.
What does Nevada?
Nevada will go talk to the cops. They'll drop Keiko off at the
Please?
library, leave the car there, and walk over to the police.
Easy. Okay. Alrighty then. Yeah, that's easy enough to do. So we will I think we'll first go to the police, shall we?
Mhm.
Okay. So you head over to the police station. It is very Hot Fuzz vibes, but America. It's there's not much there.
Zandy and Andy.
I love that movie so
So good.
Oh man! I suppose you're wondering why we called them the
53.
Andes. They said you were quick. Okay, right. So let me see here. As you head in, you see a ginger fella who looks like he himself is a little hungover, so you have that in common. He's kind of he's doing the morning crossword. Hey, don't
read chat. Pay attention to the game, Jack.
Don't write checks you can't cash, Kate. Anyway, okay. He's doing the morning crossword. Okay, and he looks up at you and he goes, "Yeah. Oh, good morning, sir. How can I help you?" And he's focused on a
Hag.
particular. He's like half paying attention to you.
It's Hag.
Oh, thank you.
Old woman considered
you.
frightful or ugly.
Fascist. And anyway, yes. Anyway, he says, "How can I help?" And he has a name tag that says Brenner on it.
Well, Officer Brenner.
Not even close, but good job. Brenner.
Brenner.
Branagh, Branagh. I think it's just my inner Irishman
Like,
going,
kinda,
"No,
like-
not
like
like
the
that. I'll
actor."
fucking kill you." No. No. But yes, continue. How can I help, sir?
Got a question for you. Who
Oh,
was
you
on?
might have it. That wasn't his accent. Might have an answer. What's up?
A friend of mine's been getting robbed recently, and just want to know if he's
Sure.
actually talked to you all about it. It's Mr. Kimball. Up
Oh
ways.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the new guy. No. He arrived like yesterday, didn't he?
Oh, a couple days back, but he's plenty of stuff's
Yeah, 2
been
days ago
gone
now.
missing.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Are you filing a report?
Well, I'd like to.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Okay.
see, he was robbed last night, and I had a bit of a tussle with the gentleman who been breaking in.
Oh. You saw the perp? Can you describe him?
Well, he's an older fellow.
Uh-huh.
He's got very little hair, with the best way to describe it. Much,
Sure.
but ultimately he's been taking a lot of books. Now I know that sounds strange, but I'm afraid he's going to keep poking around. because this isn't the first time, and I highly doubt it'll be the last. I'm just hoping with.
I was sort of in my own world for a second. Did you describe what the guy looked like?
Loosely, but not revealing the fact that
Okay.
it's a pig man.
Okay, so he goes, "You mean like this?" And he kind of goes to the back, and he comes back, and there's a missing person poster with the exact person that you're looking at, minus the pig features.
Very much like that, yes.
That's and he points at the name down below. It says Douglas Kimball. You're sure?
Quite. Do you mind if I have a copy of this?
Sure. Yeah, no skin off our nose. As far as if you're sure it was this guy, I was going to say maybe it sounds like Jake Six Fingers Thompson, but he's in the prison right now. There's a cat burglar with that name. Yeah. He gives you a copy. Are there any other questions that you want to ask this guy, or are you good?
I'm just going to Chris. We're currently 3 for 3 in burglaries at the moment. There's 3 nights, 3 robberies. Just hoping you might be able to spare a man to keep an eye on the place. 2 for 2. My bad.
One. Yeah.
Currently 2 for 2 with robberies on the place. I was hoping you might be able to spare a man and pop up every now and then during the night.
Give me a roll of your choice. You can make law, charm, or persuade.
I'm gonna go for charm.
Okay.
Hard success.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I suppose. If he was literally caught, though, I mean, generally speaking, people don't. I know there was a repeat offender, but like, you caught him the second time, and you said you had an altercation with him. I doubt he'll be back. It'd have to be quite stupid.
Call me overly cautious, but it's just best for all that the boys in blue are around.
I suppose. Yeah. You've got a phone in there. Just give us a call if you notice anything. We'll do a patrol around the evening at some point, but you know.
Thank you kindly.
Any other questions, or are you good?
That's all, thank you. Just take the poster, roll it up, stuff it into my satchel, and walk out.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Library?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so it's quaint. Honestly, the library is bigger than the police station. And the place would also, I would argue, probably has a fair few of the newspaper archives. So give me a library use roll, please.
That's a failure. It's an 84 against my 50.
Okay. So what we will now tell you about is what's called a pushed roll. So this is native to Call of Cthulhu. So basically what will happen here is that you can tell me how you're like doing something differently, because like clearly you're not finding what you need immediately. What would Keiko do when she's kind of up against a wall?
I think in the context of up against a wall in a library, she would use the number one resource of all libraries, which is the librarian.
The librarian. Yep.
But knowing full well that like asking a dumb question of a librarian can be an incredibly risky thing to do because you can look like an absolute idiot if you turn around and it's like right behind you.
Yep. Go ahead and make another roll. Either way, you'll get this information for the record, but it basically, even with the librarian's help, if you fail, it'll just take a long time to find it.
I got a 44, so I got a regular success.
There you go. All right. So you find a man with hair that it's kind of I'm trying to think of the word, like ringlets, essentially, like kind of curly hair that kind of out to here, black turning grey. And he has a little thing that says Mr. Greenwood on it, and he says, "Oh yes, yes, of course. We're looking for newspaper articles. Anything in particular?"
Well, I I'm staying up at allow me to explain. There's been some robberies going on at the house up on the hill, and it's there's a little concern around some books that have been taken. But
Which
the man,
which house? The Kimball house.
yes,
Go ahead.
some of the books, and she's like brandishing the list that she's made, have gone missing, and Mr. Kimball, Douglas, not the one who lives there now, Thomas.
Well, no,
he,
not for some time. No, not since he went missing.
Yeah,
Which,
presumed
for
dead.
both
I
of you,
understand.
that's not how Thomas. That's not how Thomas explained it.
Presumed dead. I understood.
Yeah, well, it's been a long time. About a year now.
She sort of pauses. Well, he was interested, I understand, in some of the goings on of the area from these newspapers.
Oh, certainly. He was here a lot. Very much so.
Was there anything
But
particular he was looking at?
no, I mean, he enjoyed what he enjoyed, but I did remember something about the Kimball house. And he pulls up an article. Here we are. It's dated about 12 years ago. And it concerns the alleged sighting of a band of people, apparently unclothed, cavorting in the cemetery next to the Kimball house. The constable was summoned and the cemetery searched, but no sign of the strangers was ever found, though misshapen footprints gave mute evidence of their presence. There, that's the first thing that comes to mind, and everything else seems to basically just kind of be, him participating in bake-off competitions, things like that. One third prize, 1 year.
Yeah. Right. Tell me, these books that have gone missing, is there anyone in town that you would know? I mean, you'd know everybody's reading habits, I'm sure, being the library. Would you know, would this list interest anyone in particular? Seems quite an eclectic mix to me.
You're right. Yeah. No, it doesn't seem to have. That's quite an interesting list. No, it seems random. But I'll tell you what, there's some good ones in here. Particularly, and it points out a couple. You could get lost in them. They're good. They're good for a reread. I read that one every year.
Yes, it certainly seems like these might be someone's favorites, which is why I thought I'd ask, rather than them necessarily being of any particular logical topic.
Oh, that's what. Yes. Yeah, I'll let that role carry over. He's like, well, I mean, you mentioned yourself that one's from the library. The cheeky sod didn't think to return it before he went, he went missing. Yeah, he checked that one out all the time. Yeah. Since you mentioned favorites, sure. I mean, sounds like definitely seems like all of these are consistent with stuff that he would check out quite often. Yeah, now you mentioned it.
Of course. Well, thank you.
Of course.
I'll leave you to your books. It's a lovely library.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You have yourself a good day now, man.
She's sort of like, as she walks out, she's like eyeballing the science section, wishing she could go back in there, but like, it's like, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this right now.
Yep. Gotcha. Cool. So, what are we doing? Do we want to rendezvous somewhere, or
I think we would have
find
organized
somewhere
a
else to
rendezvous
meet?
spot, but the
Okay. Sure.
question is where. How close are the library and the police station to each other?
Not that fast. You could probably just see each other. Oh, hey. Yeah. Find each other. Easy enough to do.
Mhm.
So
How
join
did you
back
go
up.
with the? How'd you go with the policeman?
Well, they weren't all too helpful in a sleepy little town like this, but I did learn something about our intruder. Pulls out
Oh,
this
yeah.
person is like, does it look like him to you? It seems my old friend Thomas wasn't all too truthful about what happened to his old man, or his uncle.
No, I got that general feeling myself, as the lovely man at the library said that Douglas has been missing for over a year now.
And he said it was dead, the old bastard.
To
I
be
mean,
fair,
if someone's
when
missing,
someone's
if
missing for
someone's missing
over
for a year,
a year,
you're potentially assumed that they're dead, but that's not the same thing necessarily.
Women of
Also,
science,
you go.
we don't make presumptions.
This is true.
Feel
We
very
don't. We don't.
okay.
There was an article as well about something happened near the Kimball House a number of years back. People cavorting around in the cemetery wearing less than the proper amount of attire. Let's say it that much. Sounds like they saw some less than human footprints in the ground thereafter.
Whoa. When old Douglas came visiting, he was definitely less than human.
This is true.
Hello, Dracona. Good to see you, darling.
I don't know what you think, but sounds like we might have to make our way into that cemetery. But I'm loath to do that at night.
I say we're better off. If we're gonna go poking around, it's best to do so now.
For
Sounds
those
fair
who
enough.
are just coming in, hello. We're playing Call of Cthulhu. This is Paper Chase, where our investigators have determined that possibly the perp that they witnessed stealing books, who look like this, may well be the same person. And notice as well, now that you can see the art again, very distinct hairline, not dissimilar to the way I described Thomas's hairline. And this person is not dead, but just missing for a year, which Nevada has made the very distinct statement that that's stupid. If they're clearly alive, if they're missing for a year. But that is the situation currently. So you guys are doing what?
Believe we're gonna go poke around the cemetery while it's still bright.
Yeah. While there is light, let's say, as opposed to when it is dark.
Okay, fair enough. Easy enough to do. Cool. All right, so you guys begin to do that. Let me just stop sharing, and we will turn that off. Okay. you do that. You start making your way over. Let's go with... Yeah, that'll do. All right. So you start heading for the graveyard. As you do so, you can see that there's actually a bit of a worn path now that you're kind of leaving from presumably the house towards the graveyard. A path that through the grass that has been walked a few times. It sort of tapers off as you head towards the cobblestone wall, which has sort of broken apart to some degree. But are you heading straight for the graveyard, or are you going to talk to Thomas? Now that I think about it. I mean, I've already described the graveyard, so why don't we just go with that? You can give him a piece of your mind later. So as you begin making your way over, again, it's a perfectly nice looking graveyard, afternoon sun. Nothing particularly standy outy about it at this stage. Can I get both of you to make spot hidden checks, please? Or a track roll if you have it.
Ooh.
Sorry, was that or a track roll?
Track, yeah, if you're better at that.
Yep. I rolled a regular success on spot hidden.
Okay. Nevada?
And as well, regular success.
All right, give those a tick. You notice strange tracks around the tombs, around a particular tombstone. And Keiko, I don't know if you ever felt like you would read in a graveyard, so I'll leave that up to you, right? Some people do that, I've
I think she absolutely would have read in a graveyard as a small child.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Like,
Depending on your access to it, it's quite peaceful. I've done it before. But since you've said that, we'll say that immediately as you see these strange tracks and stuff, you also notice that there's a particular tombstone that has like a smooth sort of divot that looks like a perfect place to read a book. Like it's like a kind of nice little sitting area where you can just settle yourself in and enjoy the afternoon sun. And you see these tracks are made by man-sized bare feet that end in hooves rather than toes. So you're right by this particular tombstone, and you notice those things.
Does it strike you as odd that this looks like a place where one might enjoy an afternoon? She's gonna go to sit in the spot to just to sort of be yep, this I would absolutely sit here. It's
nice. It not only is it nice to sit in, it's warm of the sun. You're just like, oh fuck,
yeah.
Oh, okay, come back in an hour. I'm good,
And you'd probably notice that she sort of goes from being quite investigating in searching around to oh, this would be nice, and sort of almost immediately gets herself back up so that she doesn't relax into the very comfortable spot.
No.
It's the way you do on the edge of your own bed if you're I'll sit down. No, I've got to do things. I can't do this.
Yeah. Too real.
Yeah.
No.
You were going to say something? You sounded like you were ready.
Oh, it's going to be a smart ass, Karen.
Okay. She did ask a question though, Nick. She said, "Did you notice that this is a nice place to
did you notice that this
sit
looks
and enjoy?"
Yeah. But who in their right mind will read in a graveyard?
It's quiet. It's not that weird. like, and she's absolutely dusting herself off in a like, rude. I'm called out. Clearly, Mr. Jones, you have not spent as much time in books as your title may indicate you might have chosen to. And she's gonna like look at more of the footprints now. Yeah.
Okay. Yep, easy enough to do. They seem to lead to a mausoleum, which has a gate that is sorry, not a gate. It'd be a stone sort of door that you'd have to push in, but they clearly lead in and out the tracks.
She's gonna stop and not push open this because that seems like a
That's fair.
bad place to go in for the librarian with a hockey stick, for the science grad with a hockey stick. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Are you one, Mr. Jones, to follow in someone else's footsteps?
Well, that's just rude.
No, I'm
How-
literally asking. There's footsteps.
Oh,
Go into the mausoleum, sir.
And-
I'm asking if you're one to go in someone else's footsteps.
in this case,
Nick, you're playing this character as if they have like 20 intelligence. It's amazing. Like, huh? Where do I shoot?
I'm a professor. So dumb.
archaeology. I lick rocks for a living. All right.
Oh my
Archaeology is not rocks.
I know. That's the joke.
Archaeology is old stuff.
God. You've triggered the science nerd, Nick. You have no idea what
Triggered
you've
the
started.
museum worker. My
Oh,
brain.
yeah. Ooh.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Twitch.
Oh god, that's so much
Yes, we're on
fun.
it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well,
Twitch.
given the tracks that we're following, I guess we shall. And I start to slowly try and push the door.
Okay, give me a strength check, both of you, please. Okay.
Success.
Okay. As you, Keiko, you know, you're doing your best, but it's a stone freaking door. This is not who you were built for, Nevada. That finally a use for your rock
The
career.
big dumb strong.
Jesus, very drunk. I rock now. And you push the stone door, and as you do, it gets past a certain threshold, a smell comes up of rot. Rot and it's just an awful stench. The first thoughts that kind of come out of my head is a rotten egg sort of a smell mixed with insert your favorite garbage, just like entering your nostrils and your lungs. And I do need a constitution check from the both of you, please.
I got exactly my con score.
Okay. I
Got a
really
success.
hope that you got a success. I was hoping that you would fail so that we could have that pulp cover where like it's like the man with the woman, you know, but reversed. You know, just like
Yeah.
you know, holding the back of his head. But yeah, so you but otherwise it's open to some degree. It's just disgusting to the point where you physically find yourselves going for your shirts and just going, what the fuck? What do you want to do?
Wow. Keiko, what are your thoughts?
Keiko's gonna look around to see if like there's any other evidence of what might be down there other than like it stinks, because
You'd have to go
She
further
doesn't-
in to figure that
more
out.
in terms of like there's nothing
'Cause,
outside.
well, you
as
can
well.
just see the entrance. Nah, just
Nah.
footprints.
Well, Mr. Jones, I think that somebody has used that lovely little spot to, I mean, looks like rest. Could be a nice spot to read. But then they have returned down this particular path many times over, if the footprints in the grass are anything to go by. And whatever's down there certainly doesn't seem particularly inviting. Not like out here. But if we're going to solve whatever's going on out here, I think we might need to go in there. And just progressively, she's like standing in this wall of stink and just getting less happy about it because it smell bad.
Well, I guess you're. I guess you're right.
Uh-huh.
Hold on a second. Runs out and just takes a deep breath of fresh air, and then starts to walk back in.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna pull a handkerchief out of my own pocket and tie it around my face like a jerry-rigged mask to breathe through before I go after him.
Just every now and then, just gonna take the hat off and just wave it in front of my face. Put it back
Okay.
on.
So you're going in or not?
Going in, yeah.
Yes, but slowly and after him.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
So as you go, I will say for free, as you go a little bit further into the tunnel, into the mausoleum, you see that the back wall, like where the floor meets the wall, there's a big hole, and there's clearly a hand dug tunnel that goes down.
Well, it's going further down. I guess it's worth a bit of a closer look. Just start to approach the tunnel and see if I can see anything, any light or anything down there.
Do you have a torch or anything in your kit?
I don't think I do.
Okay, then no.
I got travel gear. That's about it.
Just a tunnel. It's dark. It stinks. It's gonna get darker, presumably.
And stinkier.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a really weird question.
Uh-huh.
My character's brother is a doctor. Does this smell like death? Does that make sense? Like, you know how oh God, the fact that I can say this sentence. Death has a very particular smell.
Right.
That is, as opposed to the smell of like a chemical or like a noxious fume. Like, does
Yeah.
this smell like death as opposed to smelling like?
I think we'll put that down to a roll. Do you want to make it a particular kind of roll? I will accept first aid if there's nothing else that might be better.
Unless it is, unless I can convince you that it is is it a biological?
Well,
smell?
you're the science person.
Is
You
it
tell me
formaldehydes
if you were running the game, would you accept that?
I mean, I don't GM for a reason, but I think there would be enough in a in a science
I believe
unit
it.
about
Yep.
biology that.
Interesting.
that
Go ahead. Yep.
I would have gotten a regular success on either. I got a 44, which is a regular success on either first aid or biology. So
Gotcha. Well, there you go.
you have what you. Biolab
yes.
has the smells exactly, Denmother. Thank you.
yes, but old, not fresh.
Yeah.
Very far along. in the process. There's no copper. There's no blood. Just decomposition.
Just rotting and decomp. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is such a specific smell, and I hate that I'm flashing back to it now. Oh, yep. Good. Yeah, she's gonna pull like the flesh up, like the fabric up over her face even more, because like she knows what that smell is. That is not it. Yeah, human anatomy labs have death smell from cadavers. Exactly, Chad. Thank you.
I have no doubt. No doubt.
It's
Yep. Oh well, honestly, I wasn't. To clarify, I was just making sure that it made sense, not because I was challenging Kate, but because I don't know the answer, and Kate likely does, because she is a science person and I am not. So that was not me going, you fuck with me. No, it was me going, oh, yes, no, I don't know. So yes.
So lots more of this before she's going after you. Like, she's going to watch what you're doing but if you end up going down the tunnel, she's not going to make you go down it by yourself, if that makes sense. That's entirely up to the plucky professor and his hungover stomach.
Yeah, we're going further down.
Okay. So, what I need you guys to do then, as you go further down, for one thing, you're somewhat in the back of your head behind the disgust and the you're also going in the dark.
Oh, yeah.
Your characters would know that. That's fine. That's what you're doing. Pitch black darkness. Just making sure.
You are the adventurous one. Like, you are the professor who is like... She is the student. She is following your lead at this point.
I'll tell you what, just for the sake of brevity here, Nick, do you have luck on that character sheet?
Yes, we do.
Please make a luck roll. If you succeed, then you happen to have what you need for such a thing.
Hey, I succeed. We're making a torch, baby.
As it turns out, I have a... There you go.
You're not going to believe this, but I've had this the entire time. Conveniently, I've decided to pull it out now.
Okay, so you torch it up. My partner has just come back after 2 days, so know that I love you guys very much, that I'm focused on the game and not quickly leaving to go say hi to her, because she's been in Sydney for 2 days and I've been lonely. Anyway, so what I need you guys to do as you make your way in by the flickering torchlight is make navigate rolls, please. Because as you approach through, you realize there's a lot of tunnels. Where the fuck are we going? Where are we? And more importantly, where did we come from?
Nope.
Nick?
Not even close.
I got a critical success.
You got a 1?
A 1.
Okay.
I'm following you.
Okay.
Well, you see, Keiko, there's this thing called Trey-Mars algorithm.
Okay, then. So you make your way forward, and you, at the very least, you're kind of keeping a good memory of where you went, right? And that is when you begin to hear very specific sounds.
What did you know?
And they seem close. And what I need you to do now is make a stealth check, because you realize that I think you're on the same page here, that this is probably Dougie. Whatever Dougie's become, he's not alone.
Regular success.
Same here.
Okay, then. 11, okay. he beat that, but only him, thankfully. So you hold to it, and then you see the same person stick his face around. And I need you guys to make sanity checks again, please. Because he's kind of appearing into your torchlight, right? So like it's very dark, and then all of a sudden,
So I rolled a 10, and I'm just trying to read this character sheet correctly. What's I've got a 60 at one and a 12 at the other. I rolled a 10. So I'm trying to work out
so
what
12 would be the amount of sanity that you can lose before you have
okay. So I got a 10. That's fine. So I
yeah.
succeeded.
But you don't lose any sanity, you're fine.
Yeah, success as well, regular.
Actually, you know what? Given that's in the dark, I'm going to take away 1 point of sanity for the both of you, because it's not just seeing this thing, it's literally you're tense as fuck. So the reason that is important is because in the moment, I want to know how you both react, because like either way, when this is a shock, right? So in this moment where you're seeing something that shouldn't belong on this earth, and more importantly, you've been snuck up on in the dark, starting with Keiko, what would they do? It can be a scream, Kate, or a hand to your mouth, or a you get a little woozy, whatever you feel like.
I think she's already like got fabric across her face, so I think she would it'd be a physical start, but her hands aren't going to her face necessarily because it's already covered. So it's the sort of like if someone taps you on the shoulder and you're not expecting it. It's the slight flinch away from the direction, but it's not a scream.
Yep. And Nevada, what does Nevada do?
Just put the torch out, just not shake violently, just physically, just Jesus.
Be quiet. What are you people doing down here? Don't you know it's not safe? I'm sorry about the books, all right? But you can't be down here. I just needed them. The tunnels were going to close, and I wanted things to read. You can't be down here. They'll eat you alive.
Who will? She's like, you can tell that she's like not. She's deliberately dropped her voice down to like negligible.
My brothers and sisters, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry about all the inconvenience to my nephew. But I was technically it's mine. They're my books. They're my brothers and sisters. They reached out to me as I was reading, and they said that I could live a new life, a life so much longer than our current than ours, and I could read as long as I wanted, and I already appreciated them because of where I chose to read. Nevada, I have a very important question. You tried to shoot this guy before.
Yeah.
You have not had a bout of madness, but do you go for your gun?
No. And the fact he's actually conversing with us, I'm not going to reach for the gun just yet.
Okay,
I've got
I understand.
the side of my coat pulled back, but I'm very clearly making it that obvious I'm not reaching for it.
I see. He says to you, I'm sorry about the bite. Tommy doesn't need to see me like this. I just wanted to get some books, and I thought I could get some more, and then you were there with a gun, and I didn't want to get shot. I'm very sorry.
All right. Well,
You can't be here. You've got to go. You've got to go. You've got to get out of here, please.
Keiko's like starting to back up the tunnels a little bit, like in the direction that they've come from.
Nevada's just starting to back with Keiko and Girsko. Take a left at this intersection. Just come with us, Doug.
No. Well, actually, yeah, all right, and I'll escort you out. Yes, let's do that. Stealth checks I need from everyone, please. Oh. Because I just rolled for chat. You've been very nice all through game, and I haven't asked you to make a roll once. So, can I get someone in chat to what the fuck does that mean? That must mean a natural 20. Can I get someone to roll a D100? So !roll space 100. If you're not sure, just copy over the command. Let's see how Douglas goes for stealth. Nevada, what did you get?
Hard success.
Hard success. Keiko?
Also a hard success.
Okay, and for Douglas,
Fucked it up.
his stealth is actually very good. No. He did well. He's makes sense. He broke in a couple of times and stole
Yeah, it's like
Broken
So-
words without equal ones.
But that said, you can hear the noises, and some of them even sound like languages. And they go, "What's that? Oh, I smell something fresh. Go. And he takes you over to the sides, and before you know it, even though you can hear the sounds and just you are back at the entrance, and you see this man. You see Douglas Kimball looking at you, and once he escorts you to the sunlight, he says, "It would do you well to not share this information too far and wide. We are leaving this place, but trust me, the more you learn, the more you might wish that you hadn't. Thank you for not shooting me." Do you guys want to say anything, or is it just silence as he backs away?
I feel like Keiko is the kind of person who carries a book of some description in her bag at all times.
Huh.
Like, she's just gonna like back away, but without like taking her eyes off him. I feel like it's a science-based book of like
Of course.
facts.
Yep.
I'm just gonna put it on the reading spot. Let's make Jack deal with feelings.
He just nods, and unless Nevada wants to say or do anything.
You know, I gotta go back to Tommy with some sort of update, but don't. You say you're leaving. How long till you leave?
I think they might be upping the schedule now. They couldn't find you, but we feel the vibrations. And he looks a little heartbroken. He probably thought he had at least another couple of days to get stuff for the trip.
Well, wish you luck with your travels, but we're gonna have a hard time explaining this to Tommy.
Don't then. You ran off the perpetrator. What you saw was a flash of gunpowder in your eyes and residue and whatnot. And I'm still missing, and I'm dead. That's better for everyone. And like I said, friend, you do well to forget this ever happened. Though, and he's looking at Keiko, I'm not confident that you will listen. And if that's the last of what you want to say, as you make your way back up the hill, if you look behind you, you see a little figure that waits until you're a certain distance away. And this little figure scurries forward, grabs the book, gives a little wave, and goes back into the tunnel.
Well, that has got to be the single most creepy fucking thing I've ever come across.
Sorry, Kate went too modern with the next comment. It's fine. Hang on. Do not say the very obvious thing that my brain wants to say. I don't know. Have you been in the cadavers room in the biology department?
And I think we'll leave it there. That's a good place to leave it as the camera peels away. All right. Well, that's the end for today. But because we have a little bit of time, why don't we do some favorite moments? So how this works is that we say what people say what we liked from each other, which is going to be very fast because there's only 3 players, including myself, and as well as feedback that the players are welcome to give me behind the scenes. I would want to see more of, less of. The feedback's very invaluable. So to make it a little faster, though, Nick, if you just want to say what you liked from everybody and then yourself, and then Kate, you can do the same thing, and then I'll go last.
Yeah, I love just the commitment for Keiko's. Like she has seen her professor come in hungover enough times to just understand. Get some coffee ready. Like, he's gonna need it. Just get it ready.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Just like Den Mother Plays has done, guys. If you've got favorite moments in chat, please write them down. So favorite GM, favorite keeper, I should say, favorite Keiko, favorite Nevada. Hit us up. Inflate our egos. Go ahead, Nick. Continue.
And one of my favorite parts, I had a sheer amount, it made me hella creeped out, is the chittering and the voices, Jack. My thing with disembodied voices.
I do.
Oh, well played, sir.
But
well played.
Wasn't a kid.
No. 1 out of 2 is not bad.
Yep.
Well played. It's good.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Cool. Kate.
I really enjoyed the commitment to the little things, like the hiccups in the middle of drunk Nevada, and how dumb can I make this guy? Like, that was super fun to play with, especially given the relationship we set up. It was good. And yeah, Den Mother Place has actually just come in with what I was going to say is helping. Thank you, Jack, for guiding this is not my usual TTRPG of immediate choice, and guiding a new player through stuff. Very good, very helpful. Very much love.
How did you find your first game? I mean, I'll talk to you more later about it, but
but good. It's one of those things of just I think it's always interesting with the new system, getting your head around the sheet. It's not even so much the play stuff. It's the how do the things that I want to
Yeah.
do using sheet I don't understand right now.
Understood.
But
yeah, totally.
yeah, I think the more I play in different systems, the like better at that kind of stuff I get. So that's it's super fun to so it's good. And look, I will forever commit to playing the science nerd who hangs out with himbo people. That's my that's my life. So
Yep.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention as well, Nick, did you have a favorite self thing that you did that you think you did particularly well?
Just a brief moment of completely misreading and understanding archaeology and then just rolling with it. Toxic.
Okay, Kate, same question.
I liked the fact that I managed to figure out a way to get information that I had kind of figured out in my own head for the character. I always find that really tricky to do, because so that was lots of fun. I lick rocks for a living. No, you don't. You're not a geologist. Actually, wait. No,
Look,
can I also?
We're working on it. We're working on merch. Them other place.
My other bit for you, Jack, was don't go up there.
Yeah.
What did I say? What?
It was specifically, hang on, the moment that is now in chat.
Oh, yes. I mean, should we? Let's watch that together, shall we? Because I'm curious my own self. Okay, give me a second. Let me see how I can do this. Can I can't copy it.
I can put it in our chat.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, let's watch it together. And in the meantime, do you want to tell me your favorite self?
Was trying to get like my own character, like getting my own character to have knowledge that I had, if that makes sense. Like it's such a weird thing as a player when you have a different amount of knowledge than or you figured something out but your character hasn't yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm excited. Here we go. Ready? Hang on. I'm gonna make sure this works because I am notorious, as my Yonder crew know. That okay, yep. See, I almost did it. I almost shared it without sound again, which is
okay.
Yeah. Well, I didn't do it.
Lonely.
Because I'm clever and so smart. Okay, here we go. Don't go up to that fucking house. You don't know what's up there. What? The zoom.
It's the
the zoom tilt. I didn't even realize I did a zoom tilt. Amazing. Yeah, because the camera autofocus. So that was perfect. Just and then it obviously, like in the movie, it cuts to them obviously going up there and completely ignoring his advice and leaves floating behind the car as it goes. You know, Evil Dead style. Love it.
Yep.
Amazing. Thank you for that, Kate. I appreciate it.
Welcome.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, look. Nick, I appreciated that you rolled with the punches when it came to my bending of the rules with the fighting brawl. Obviously, you could sort of see from a storytelling perspective where I was going, but like hopefully I made it seem like an enticing offer for Nick and Nevada as well. Like it's just like, okay, well, you can do it one of two ways, like because he's trying to do this and you learn about the character this way. So I appreciated you rolling with me with that. It's always fun to collaborate in that way. For Kate, honestly, it was just a joy playing with you. You're a very good player. That I obviously know that, but like getting to play with you and we have that friendly relationship already, and kind of like seeing what that looks like in a tabletop sense is fun. Your energy is really great, but specifically, the thought that comes to mind is when you described taking the hockey stick, which never got used, but you jammed it in the window, and I'm like, that sounds like a real life woman thing that you unfortunately have to do. Just like, okay, I feel unsafe. I'm going to have to take extra steps to protect myself because the world is fucked. Yeah.
Someone's gone, it's the 1920s and you can't just shoot a lock. That doesn't work. So how do you lock a window in the 1920s?
Yeah. 100%.
With a stick.
100%. Yeah. And Self, the fact that you guys kept passing your rolls in the tunnel was very surprising to me. So I was just like, how do I wrap this up? Because technically speaking, there's no reason for you guys to have run into anything. You're just like la 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 la, and I'm like, yeah, this should be a lot harder than it is. But you got a 1. What is your navigate out of interest, Nevada?
Oh, let me bring that back up. That is not.
I assume it's like a 10 or something.
Yeah, pretty sure it's a 10.
Yeah, so statistically very unlikely, and then it would have led to what I expected to happen. But in this case, I'm just like, okay, well, look, I'll roll for Douglas to notice you and all of that stuff. And that worked out because, it was in the post roll. And it was fun. This is a particular favorite adventure of mine. I've run it once before. It's a really great one because what it does, it basically teaches you everything about Call of Cthulhu. There's the investigation. There's the, like finding out more before you go in. There's the role play, and then there's the fact that role play is not only a feature, but it's encouraged because through the thing, you're just like, hang on, wait a minute. What is this thing? And do not get it twisted. Do not necessarily go to Mythos creatures and go, hey, want to be my friend? They'll probably eat your face. But in this case, what it did was it kind of allowed you to be really in the shoes of these people, and as they realize this thing, they realize it's not all black and white, and you only figure that out by knowing more. So that, for the record, the adventure totally has an option where you realized what you've done, and the adventure obviously gets very cut short by that. But the fact that it all sort of worked out means that we have a very interesting sort of adventure, which is an exception. It's not very often that you tend to get a chance to role play with the villain of the piece, so to speak. So I'm a big fan of it. That's it. That's all I've got, which means it's time for the sign out. So Nick, thank you very much for playing with us. I assume you don't have anything to shill, but it was lovely to see you and lovely to have you around.
Buy shit from me.
There you go.
Salesman for a living.
And Kate, that's correct. Don't get doxed, bud. Kate, who are you and who did? No, that's the beginning. What would you like to plug?
Yeah, I will shamelessly plug Dungeons and Doctorates, which is the first ever TTRPG actual play I was involved in, which is the podcast I still do, which is science-y academia people meets TTRPGs. And then we mostly play 5e, but also sometimes Blades in the Dark and other random crap that we've kind of thrown together and merged into a big ball of TTRPG goodness, which is on your podcast platform of choice. It is not a stream. Otherwise, you can mostly find everything that you would need to know about what I do. That little at O'Sullivan Kate down here. That's going to help you out. That'll help you out because it's where I put all my stuff. Or you can come hang out with me, and it will be on Monday night. I'm not streaming this weekend. To just generally have some chill times and get some productivity done. Write the GM notes that you need to write, or in my case, edit a whole bunch of other people's words. But yeah, we do that regularly, and it's fun.
Amazing.
That's me.
And finally, this is my channel. Thank you very much for being here. We have a Discord. We also have a YouTube where you just go to youtube.com/@JackSquarePeg, which I will link here. The streams have been a little less because Jack is dealing with some mental stuff, but thank you very much for your support as always. And if you look in the bio, we also have a tip jar Patreon. If you like what we do, everything will be going towards paying the people that play with me. That is the intention. That is the goal. That is what I want to create. This is a place where we run all sorts of different tabletop stuff. And when I get the energy again, it will also be a place for tabletop RPG edutainment and the occasional video game potluck. Thank you so much for being here. Next Thursday, because it's always Thursdays, there'll be another episode of the Cowboy Call of Cthulhu show, Trouble Over Yonder. I hope to see you there. Take care of yourselves and say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Excellent. Okay. Goodbye. We're going now. Yes. We're so professional. Goodbye.